Welcome to the video. In this video, we are going to learn one of the most important functions of Excel, which is a Vlookup function. Myself, Omkar Desai, and until now we have learned different things in Excel like different tabs, different functions, different formulas. In this section, we are going to learn Vlookup. So without wasting time, let's get back to the Excel. You can see, as we have said it for some previous sections as well, we have prepared some reading material for you. So this particular file contains 3 sheets. It contains a VLOOKUP, it contains function wizard, it also contains formula errors. So like this VLOOKUP sheet contains the formula for the VLOOKUP and what exact parameters it does take. Apart from it, it also explains like if the formula is if it provides any error, if it gives any error, how to handle those errors. So this if error functions and all. So those have been explained in this particular sheet or in this particular reading material. You can see here how to add this VLOOKUP function using function wizard from formula tab, as we have seen it in the earlier section, and the formula errors, how to handle these formula errors. If the data is not present, or if any of the while writing any functions, if we have made any mistake, how to handle that, or how to correct it, or how to understand it in a better way. That have all been mentioned over here. I'm not going through this reading material because that doesn't make a sense going through now. We'll be attaching this sheet with the video in a link given below, so you can go through this on your own. But for now, we'll just switch to the sheet to the data so that we can have a quick practical around for this particular function. So consider we have a set of data which says a serial number, a name, and say employee ID. It's a small firm, say believe of 10 associates. It can be around thousands or lakhs of data. For now, just consider we just have 10 rows or data of 10 associates, and this is some other sheet or some other data where we want the employee IDs of it. If we had to do it manually, what we have to do is we have to copy it and we have to search it in this particular range. If found a match, then copy this and paste it in here. This is a manual process, but Excel provides us a function called Vlookup, which does exactly the similar thing which we have done it now manually. So how do we do it is press equals to and write Vlookup, select this particular value. So it says it gives us like the parameters like lookup value and then the table in which we want to search it. And then it asks us like in which column index you want to return the data of, and a range lookup. This is a optional field. So anything which comes up with a square bracket, it's an optional field. So for now we have selected that we want to look up for this particular value in this table. I'm not taking the serial number table as of now. So we are just taking this B and C column because what we want is the name and a particular employee ID for that sales. We'll say comma. The next equals to VLOOKUP, this particular value, and then the table, and then the column index. So what do we mean by column index is in which column the data you want to return if found a match. So if for this now, we will be looking up for Deepak in this particular table. If found a match, what data you want to return? You want to return the name or you want to return the employee ID of it, the first column or the second column. So in this particular sense, this will be called as the first column of selected range. This will be called as second column of selected range. If we have selected the range from the serial number, then this would be the first, second, and third. But for now, since we have selected these two columns, this will be a first column index and this will be a second column index. For now, let's say I want a first column index. And the last one says it's an optional field, but it says like, do we want an approximate match or do we want an exact match? let's say we want an exact match. So let's say we have a false. So here it is. So what does this mean is this, for this particular value, it found a match in this table and has returned the name. If you want to get the data for it, this is how you can get the data. On the similar hand, we can do it for others as well. Exact match. So you can see here we have not provided any data. Still, it has got it has got the value. So that's an optional field, that exact match or appropriate match, approximate match. So we can drag the formula or we can copy the formula as it is, but just to have a hands-on experience, I'm just typing it again for all. And the last one. So this is how you use the Vlookup function. Let's try out one out of box case. So let's say we have a data which is not present in the record set itself, in the whole golden set which we are searching for. So in that case, what does it return? It says VLOOKUP for this particular name in this data set and return, say, the value for it with exact match. So it says #NA, which means for this particular data, we have not found anything in the record set. So we can, instead of this #NA, we can have this modified error formats, like instead of #NA, we can display our own user defined message or any other character. So using if error function, but not covering that as part of this particular video, as we'll be covering these functions in the later sections. So if you need to handle this, it is already explained in these sections. You can read out those things. So that's all we have for VLOOKUP function. And for this video, in the next section, we'll be covering logical condition functions in Excel. So thank you for now.